The moving fillister may be great for repetition, but a lot of times I just need a single rabbet. So just marking my lines on the board, both my depth, and then I've run a gauge along the face to mark the width of the rabbet. Now I'm done. I don't have to do anything else. I can grab my regular fenceless rabbet plane. There's no setup at all. There's no fence or depth stop to adjust. Just like with the fillister though, I do want to make sure that this blade is a little bit proud of this surface. And then I just lean the corner right into that gauge line that I started, and keeping my fingers down here in touch with my workpiece, my thumb on top of the plane, I can steer it and it drops down into that knife line. I can work just off the knife line. And if you're worried about it, if you think that, you might blow past your knife line, you can purposely stick the plane a little further out into the waist and work a line kind of next to it. Then keeping the plane angled, not quite as angled as it was before. In other words, I've dropped it down a little bit towards horizontal. I'll come back and make another pass. Each one of these passes is getting deeper and deeper. Now, you may notice, you may or may not see, I'm sticking with one of the lines that I put in here that is away from my shoulder purposely. So now it's working like it's on rails. It's just caught it into that little V groove we created. So now I can turn the plane down so that it's actually horizontal. And again, keeping my fingers in touch with the workpiece back here. That's a little too light of a cut. There, I angled it back a little bit just to reestablish my line. At this deeper cut, it works a lot faster with a deeper cut. Now, I'm firmly registered. So I'll turn this down, turn the plane down so that it is parallel or very close to parallel to the surface. And again, using my fingers as a fence out here, I can begin to drop the rest of that rabbet so that the whole rabbet is in line or the same depth as that V groove I just created. And now that it's either the same depth or pretty dang close, I've got a shoulder here that I can reference against. And I can cut the rabbet the rest of the way. Grab a square here. It looks like I'm already relatively square. Still a little bit high on the outer edge, so I'm just going to make another pass back here. Okay, so now it is square, but I'm still away from my line here. So let me go ahead and take this to my final depth. And you can really feel square by putting your thumb on top like this. It's much more obvious when I'm leaning one way or another. And because the plane is a little bit taller, I can visibly see that. Just sighting down the plane like this, I can see if I'm tilted one way or the other very easily. All right, that's pretty close to my depth. I'll stay just a little bit away for now. So now I'm proud of my line here. So now it's just a matter of turning it up on its side and working right back to that line. So again, you can set the plane right in the gauge line to start with and skip this whole step. But if you're uncertain or you feel like you're taking a gamble just running in that little knife line, this is a great way to dial it in. And a lot of times, even when I nail the knife line, I want to come back and just finesse the shoulder anyway. Now, I'll never purposely go a full, 16th or heavy 16th away from the line like I did here, but you can see it's real easy to clean that up. And I've got a razor sharp corner on that rabbet. And that rabbet is square. And if we check this shoulder is square as well.